Hello. I was just thinking about all the things that I use for my baby on a daily basis. I watched so many videos trying to figure out what I needed. I am a minimalist and I don't want to have a bunch of stuff that I'm not going to use or things that can only be used for a really short amount of time. So I try to look at the big picture and be like, okay, like we wouldn't have actually used this for very long, so I didn't buy it. I just got something else that will last longer. So I kind of have things like divided up by category, and I'll show you some of the things if I can grab them. They're easy to grab. First thing I'm going to talk about is feeding. So I initially planned on breastfeeding and that did not end up working. I did for the first 2 months. So the needs for that, I don't really know. I tried the Haka like people recommended. I just didn't produce enough milk, and so like the Haka didn't really even do anything for me. I didn't really have enough of a letdown if I wasn't wearing it to even cause anything. So yeah, I had a pump that I got free through insurance, so I would definitely recommend doing that. For my next one, I think I get a different pump. I got the Medela pump and style, I think, just the little one. I've heard better things about the Spectra, so I think I would try that one next time. But yeah, that's for breastfeeding, but this is mostly for formula or maybe bottle feeding. First thing you're gonna need is a bottle. Zealand was in the NICU and they started on a bottle first, so they started him on Dr. Brown's bottles, which thankfully I had actually gotten a few of the like free gift bags from like Target and some other places, Amazon, and they sent me like the smaller Dr. Brown's bottles, which we still use. Actually, he doesn't take very much formula at a time, so he still can use the 4-ounce bottles. But when I realized we were gonna have to go full bottle feeding, I bought the 8-ounce ones because I knew that over time he would need to drink more than just 4 ounces. So I didn't buy any of my 4-ounce bottles. I just bought the 8 ounces because you can do 4 ounces or 2 ounces or as little or as much as you want. It goes up to 8 ounces. So I'd recommend getting the bigger ones because you'll get more use out of them. I do like the smaller ones though. I like having a few of them. They fit in my little front of my diaper bag really well. So, but I didn't buy any of those. I wouldn't recommend buying the small ones because you can't use them very long. The next thing you need is a bottle brush. So this one I really like because you can put it in the sink. It has a little lip, and so water can drain up and out of it, so I put it on the edge of the sink. And then this one is also really nice. Probably need to get a new one, but this spins off, and then this is a little brush as well. So Dr. Brown's bottles have a lot of parts to them. They're supposed to help reduce colic, all the gas that gets in the tummy. So it has a lot of parts to it. Once they are better with that, they usually say around 6 months old, you can take out, if they have the green little tube inside like mine do, you can take those out. You have to make sure it's the right bottles, but until then, this is really good. And even for like the little nipples and stuff, that I like that little piece in it. One thing I didn't get is a bottle sterilizer. You can use an Instant Pot. I have an Instant Pot, so that's what I did. You don't have to sterilize your bottles if your baby is a healthy full-term baby. If they are not healthy, if they have some health issues, or if they're preterm, they do recommend sterilizing them. I would typically just sterilize them once a day, usually in the evening. Put a cup of water in the Instant Pot, turn it on I think 5 minutes, and then I would let it release for 5 minutes, and then I was done. I would let it all air dry. But now that he's 4 months adjusted, I don't really sterilize him often at all. Unless we go on a trip or something, then I'll come home and I'll sterilize it because I want everything real nice and clean. Which brings me to this little formula dispenser thing. It has 3 sections, and I put in 1 or 2 scoops depending on how much I think I'll drink while we're out into the different ones. I've thought about even just like writing on it how much I put in it, because I have to put the same amount in all of them, or else I won't know which ones have 1 scoop, which ones have 2 scoops. So I'm like, okay, I'll do all of them 1 scoop, or I'll do all of them 2 scoops, whatever. So I thought about writing with Sharpie, then I can take it off with like alcohol wipes. But this is really nice, just being on the go, even in the middle of the night. I was making his bottles before I went to bed, and I'd keep him all in the fridge, and he drinks them cold. So I was doing that for a long time when he was waking up more at night, but now he only wakes up once. So I just roll over and I pour this into a bottle, shake it up, give it to him, and they go back to sleep. So I don't have to get out of bed. So I really like that. And then I recommend getting a bin to wash your bottle parts in. It's more sanitary. You're not really supposed to wash them just in the sink. I just took this from the hospital. I got a couple of them actually. One of them Zealand was bathed in the NICU, and then the other one had like my pumping supplies while I was in the hospital. So got it for free. So that's always my favorite. Into the sleeping section, Zealand is asleep right now, so I'm not going to show you anything from it, but I'm going to go through my list and you'll get the idea. You'll probably know what all these are anyways. So the first thing is a pack and play. The one bedroom apartment right now. So we just got a pack and play. It's really nice. It came with a bassinet on top, so a little smaller dome thing, and that you can actually take around. So we would bring that into the living room if Jesse needed to work in the office, which is also our bedroom, and his bedroom. So our room is very multi-use. So it was nice to have the dome. I could bring him out here or whatever. So really liked that. And then once he would rotate in his sleep, like all the way around. So once he started doing that, I moved him, and there's like a raised part, and that also there's also a changing table. But I don't really use a changing table, like at all. I just change him on the floor on my bed. I used that a couple times. Jesse used it more. I think he felt better about dirty diapers on that than anywhere else. But so then we took those off, and I put him on just like the raised part, and he's been on that. He could still be on that, but we did travel recently to visit a bunch of family, and most of the people did not have the raised part, and he slept great in just the lower part. Then we came home and he wasn't sleeping as well, and I was wondering, it kind of like can sway a little bit if he moves his feet, which he does in his sleep a lot. He drops his feet. So I was wondering if maybe that was waking him up, like the sway of it. So I just put him in the bottom, which is no big deal. It's further for me to reach down, but it's whatever. And he's sleeping fine again, so maybe I was right. So yeah, we love the pack and play, and I know we'll get so much use out of it. And I just got like a neutral, just plain black, so we can use it forever, which is my goal with everything, is to be able to use it for as many kids as I can. I got sheets on them that are, I think there's a patent pending on actually, and it's Eli & Co, and they are waterproof. And I was just afraid of like blowouts or wetness or whatever getting through and like ruining the mattress, which this mattress is also waterproof, so it's not actually a big deal, but I do really like the waterproof sheet that goes on it. He spit up a lot. So having the waterproof is really nice, and then you just can wash it. So I really like those sheets as well. I definitely recommend swaddles. We had the ones that I think they're Kia babies, and they are Velcro. I liked the Velcro. It made me feel better than just like a blanket, because I knew it was secure on him. And then he got to a point where he was breaking out, which I feel like I'm pretty good at swaddling. I worked in plenty of daycares. I could swaddle real tight, but he still would get his arms out, and then he couldn't sleep with his arms out because he would startle himself awake. So we moved to the Magic Merlin. Which I found on Facebook Marketplace. Definitely recommend if there's things that cost more than you want to spend to look on Facebook Marketplace. I found it for half the price. It's perfect condition. And I got it right at it was like the weight is 12 to 18 pounds, and he was right at 12 pounds. So it was perfect. Started using it. He sleeps great in it. So definitely recommend that. Once they start rolling from their back to their belly, they're supposed to stop. I've also read that as long as they can't roll in it from the back to the belly, they're okay. So that's kind of what I'm holding on to right now. He can roll, but he cannot roll in it. But we do have a zippity zip. That I also found on Facebook Marketplace for half price. That I'm trying to transition him to, because that's what we'll have to go cold turkey to that sooner than later. So kind of procrastinating it, but that is our next step, because the arms are still contained. It's not just like flat out like the sleep sack, which I do have sleep sacks, but we have not really had very good success with them, because he just flails awake. He'll sleep for like 30 minutes. He can put himself to sleep in it, but then once he wakes up, he has to go back. A baby monitor. We have the Hello Baby little one. It's great. It does. I wanted something that wasn't on my phone. I didn't want to have it connected to Wi-Fi. I didn't want my phone to have to be alive, like whatever. I wanted it to be its own separate thing. And I think it's like 60 bucks. Got it off my registry. Someone got it from me on the registry, but I love it. I haven't had any problems with it. And you can, when I have more kids, I'll be able to buy more cameras, and then you can switch between screens. So also something I really wanted to make it last longer. Pajamas, obviously you'll need. I really recommend thrifting them. We have a store here, Once Upon a Child, and you can get them for like $1.50, and they're like Target brand, like they're good brands, but they're like all $1.50. So love that. And I have spent like no money on pajamas. We love pajamas, like they're so cute, but definitely don't need to pay full price for them, like ever. And then this rocking chair I also found on Facebook Marketplace. It's in perfect condition. I got it for super, super cheap. Probably my like best Facebook Marketplace finds ever. And I just love it. It's a recliner as well. And we rocked him in the NICU, and so he never was a baby that like made you stand to be quiet. Like he was fine rocking. I think that's because that's how we started out, was just rocking. So yeah, that is our sleeping. We are moving to a bigger apartment, and so we've talked about getting a crib, but I think I'm just gonna keep him in the pack and play for as long as possible, which he should be able to make it till he's 1 for sure, and then I think we'll just go to a Montessori floor bed. So that's our plan. Kind of just like, I think we'll just skip the crib if we can. Just one less thing to have to store and buy. So, and a sound machine. We definitely use a sound machine every single night. Ours is not the Hatch. I know everyone recommends the Hatch. Ours is just like an off-brand. I think it was like 20 bucks. Different sounds. We just use the same sound all the time, but also it has a night light, and so I leave it on the red light. I don't know if that really matters. Things I've read now say that doesn't really matter, but it might help not wake them up in the middle of the night. So yeah, I just like it. It doesn't need to be anything fancy, just a simple sound machine. A machine that makes noise. I do like the light in the middle of the night when I was feeding him when he was so little, but now I honestly just use his monitor. The screen is like bright enough that it is enough light for me. Okay, this section is just his toys, which we don't have a lot of toys, and that's on purpose. It drives me crazy, too many toys. He's also so young. He's really focusing on figuring out his world around him. So just like laying on the floor looking around, he loves the ceiling fan. So a lot of the time he's not even playing with the toy. He's just like looking around, especially when we go outside. He loves to just like look at everything going on. So I love that, and I want to just take in the environment really. So these are some things, just like the very few that I think we've used. So this one is the first thing. We started using this pretty young. He would just lay there and look at it. They wouldn't even like swipe or anything. He would just look. Just gave you something different to look at. Just the wood, one like that. And then I just lay out a different blanket under it all the time, because then you can take it and wash it. I didn't want a big like mat or anything. So just a blanket that you could take and wash, replace it with a different blanket. So that's what we have done since the very beginning. He's just now getting to the point where he's rolling and stuff, so he has grabbed onto the side and he's like picked it up. So I'm like, okay, we're probably getting to the end of this, which he is 5.5 months. He's 4 months adjusted. But I feel like it's really the main toy he's played with this long, so I definitely think it's worth it. And it's pretty, so probably just keep it in his room as a decoration for a little while. This toy we love. He loves it. We love it. There's a mirror. It's so cute, and then the back, they're all, it's perfect for tummy time because it's the high contrast, so they really like to look at it. It's crinkly, and he loves the snail. I think it's because the swirl, and it's nice. It sits up. It opens up like a tent. There's this little toy in the back too. So it just sits like that on the floor. It's the perfect tummy time mat, and he loves it. Now that he can roll and stuff, he'll just grab it and take it with him, and sometimes he'll just lay with it flat and just like kind of lay on top of it and like make noise with it. So this we have used from the very, very beginning for tummy time, and still uses it every single day. And then this toy, I had seen other babies with things like this, and then I got it on my registry. And then he found his fingers, but he like couldn't get them. It was just crazy. So I was like, wait, I have something. So it's this thing, and they can stick their hands in it and hold it, and you can suck on these. It is his favorite. He's been using it for months now. I put a pacifier clip on it to clip it to his toes because I don't want it to fall on the floor, because that would be terrible all around. So definitely recommend. This is the toy we take when we've gone on trips. This is the toy we take. This one, and then the flip chart, even it folds flat, so I can just slide it in the back of the diaper bag too. So we've taken these on like flights and stuff. This fits perfectly on the tray for him to look at. So that's it. That's our toys. He has some other ones that when we're home, like some little rattles and stuff that to like change it up, that were gifted to us. If they weren't gifted to us, I wouldn't have bought anything more than this. Like, I think it's funny. I don't know. I'm a minimalist, like I said, and yeah. And this toy, I probably, when he's done with it, I probably wouldn't keep this for another one, because I just heard silicone, like nipples for the bottles and pacifiers, and even these, I think they say to replace, just in case there gets cracks in it and stuff for the next one. You don't want like bacteria in there. So, and this is so nice because it's easy to clean, you can sterilize. And he doesn't really take a pacifier, but it's kind of like a pacifier, so love it. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about like on the go things. So first of all, obviously you need a car seat. I have the Graco Snug Fit 35 DLX. It's mouthful. It's the one that has the big thing on the side, and the handle is really nice because you don't have to use both hands to put it down. It just has one button at the top that does that, so we really like it. And then to go with that, a stroller. And obviously one that your car seat can click into. So I did a lot of research. I looked at a lot of strollers, and the strollers can be so expensive. So I found one that actually, it's a Graco stroller, and it's just like a Mockingbird or things like that. So it's a single to double stroller. So right now his car seat clicks into it, and then it comes with a seat that I can stick onto it once he's old enough to sit in the seat, which we've used it a few times. And then when we have another one, we can buy another seat, or we could use the same one because that baby will be in this car seat. And then anyways, so it has 2 seats, front to back. But right now we just use the one, and it doesn't look weird used as a single stroller. I don't think anyone would know. So yeah, we love it. It folds down so small. Yeah, we absolutely love our stroller. We recommend a portable sound machine. It's the beginning. We keep this on like the side of his car seat and turn it on, and it has put him to sleep so fast. When we're out, when we've been on trips and stuff, we just put this on and then cover his car seat and falls asleep. So definitely recommend a portable sound machine, and it charges and it lasts for a really long time. Kind of to go with that is a fan. I wish I would have taken this when I was in labor. When I was on magnesium, the fan would help me. But this is a stroller fan, and I know it's a projectile. Like, probably shouldn't put it on this car seat in the car, but I don't have backseat vents, so he gets so hot and red. So I feel like it'll just like take my cool air and like from the front and give it to him. So I do put this on his car seat. This had really good reviews. It doesn't hold a charge super long, so I don't know if it's just the one I got or in general they don't hold a very good charge. I would maybe get a different one, but I do like it that I can like kind of whatever, do whatever, and then you can bend it. You could stand it on the floor if you bend it right. Like, it works really good. There's 3 different speeds for it, and you just plug it in with the same charger as a sound machine, and it's great. We have this is one of those multi-use covers, so I got it to be like a nursing cover, but the nursing didn't work out, so I just use it as a car seat cover, and it's super stretchy and soft. It's just off Amazon, but it has like the small hole on top, so this goes on the top, and then the rest of it goes over your car seat, and it can get really hot in there, so they say not to use these really very much, but we've used it when we've been inside places, especially on our trips, to get him to go to sleep. So when it's hot, we'll take him outside in this if we're just walking out to the car, so the sun doesn't get in his eyes, but as soon as we put him in the car, we'll take it off. Or we try not to have this on very much because I know it can trap the heat in there. When it is on him, I check his temperature a lot. Next are these earmuffs that I didn't get. I wish I'd gotten them sooner. We went to the 4th of July on the beach, and it was so loud. We just back to the room. But if we had these, we probably would have felt, because he was fine. We just didn't want to hurt his ears, so we left. But it's like a headband, so it looks really funny on him. But we actually used these on the airplane because they kept like coming on the top, and that would scare him, and then he would get really fussy. So this next flight we went on after that, we just put these on him in the airport. And then he slept, like I gave him a bottle on the flight, and he just fell asleep and stayed asleep because the dings were waking him up. So definitely need those. And it has like a non-slip. So we've liked these ones. And then love our wrap. So I started using this right after he came home from the hospital so I could do stuff around the house. He loved it. Every time I put him in it, he fell asleep. He just recently got to the point where he thinks, I think when I put him in it, that I want him to go to sleep, even though that's not like my intentions, but he thinks that, and so he gets kind of mad. So we went camping, and I actually put him in it facing out, which I don't think is super great for him, especially in this because there's like not really any support. But he loved it. We went on like a little hike, and he loved looking around on it. So I came home and I looked at our structured carrier, and our structured carrier is only for like in or on your back. So like they can't be facing out, their legs would be way too far spread looking out. So I got on and I got the famous Infantino one. I feel like everyone has it. It has like thousands and thousands and thousands of reviews. They're usually gray, but I saw this leopard print. It's so cute and I love it. And once again, I don't think them facing out, everything I've read, it's not super great for their hips, but he is all of a sudden now mad when I try to face him in, and since he can't sit up yet, he's not supposed to be on my back yet. So I got this, and this comes out, so when he's facing in, so his legs can be in the M position, but then it folds in like this, so he can face out. So they're not completely spread apart, and he loves it, which I'm so glad he does, because I'm going on a flight with just him and I in a couple weeks, and I think think it'll be a game changer with this one. So really like this one so far. We just started using this month, and when he was 5 months old. So the wrap one we used up until that point. And I'll definitely be using these for future babies as well. That's why I kind of got like the neutral colors. Leopard print might be kind of girly, but he's a boy and I'm wearing it. So some other things, we have car mirrors that go on the headrest of the back of his seat. So we can see him. So I definitely recommend those. We've gone on a couple trips. We haven't had them and it's been fine. It just makes me a little nervous, especially there was one time when he was like losing it, like really, really upset, which is like not like him at all, but I couldn't see him. So I pulled over into a parking lot just to get out to make sure he was okay because I couldn't see him in the mirror. And then I have one of those in my car and Jesse's car. We have bases in both of our cars, which I recommend if you take multiple cars, just have a base in both. It's so easy. Like we live in an apartment complex, so sometimes one of our cars is closer than the other. So we just like, oh, whose car is closer? And we'll just take that one. So it's nice we have a base in both, so we have mirrors in both. And then in my car, we have those like shades that go on your windows. The ones I got like cling, so you don't even have to like attach it to anything. It literally just like plastic on one side, so it like sticks. So I have that. Okay, the next we're gonna talk about is like health stuff. So I'm gonna talk about the bath first. So I just have this that he lays on in the bath, and he has, since he was tiny, so we just fill up the bath a little bit, and then he can sit in the warm water. I put a washcloth over him. So I like this one. I know there's the Angel Care one that doesn't take a bunch of space, but we like this one, and then I'll just throw this one away. It was like under $10. I'll just throw it away and get a new one with the next. So really like that one. Okay, so I made this. I just got a what's it called? Hand towel and a regular towel. And so it's a full towel, and then I cut the hand towel in half and I put it on here and made a hood. So it's just a cute hooded towel that I'll be able to use for a lot longer than the cheap little ones that you can buy. So love that. But like I said, I love things I can use for a long time. And then the other half of the hand towel I just made into a little washcloth. So when he's in the bath, we just lay this on him. This thing came with some little sponges. That's what I used to like wash him, but this I lay on top of them to keep him warm. So we just have one towel, one washcloth for him. And then we just use like the Honest hypoallergenic, like no scents or anything, wash for his hair and everything. It's an all over wash. This thing, everyone talks about it, and I have to agree, I love it. It's a little nail file, and you put on a file piece, and then you turn it on. It comes on with a little light, and files your nails. So yeah, love that for nail file. Do this all the time because his nails grow so fast. Next is the nose Frida everyone talks about. See, suck the boogers out with this. I used to use it a lot more. He used to be a little bit more snotty. He hated it, but it got big boogers out, so worth it. We have another like electric one that I haven't actually used yet because he hasn't been like sick snotty. But I think when he gets a little bit older, we'll use that one too. It's like an electric to really get stuff out. And then this comb, which he got in the hospital, which actually I have two of them. He got both from the hospital. I have one in the bath. When I wash his hair, I comb his hair as well because he was like having like some dry flakes, but he like didn't have cradle cap. I don't know what it was. My scalp was like that too. My scalp was dry, so but if I comb his hair in the bath, that seems to help him not have flakes. So I have one in the bath, and then I have this one, and they're both free from the hospital. And then I have this little brush. This actually came with the comb too, but I mostly use the brush because I really like this comb to do his mohawk. But these are really, really soft. And so this is what I use like on the sides of his hair. So love that. And then this thermometer, you just hold it, you just press the button, and it shows, that's probably not accurate, but yeah. So I really like this. There's been a few times he's felt kind of warm to me, so I tested him and he's been fine. If there was something to be like worried about, I'd get out a different thermometer to do like under his armpit or something, but for what we're doing, there's this. You can probably hear him on the monitor right now. He's waking up. He should still be asleep though. That's why I haven't helped him. And then another thing that I haven't mentioned is burp cloths. He's a spitter, so we have lots about burp cloths. And then here's Mr. Zealand. Say hi. Hi, Mr. So everyone always says like don't go too crazy with clothes, which I feel like I didn't. I tried to stay really minimal in the clothes I have, but there were still even clothes he didn't wear. Because the clothes that I like the most are the ones I'm gonna dress him in. So seriously, just like an outfit for every day of the week. I had like this little bit cuter, like nicer clothes with like collars on it that he wears to church. But the clothes that I like the most are the clothes I'm gonna dress him in. So yeah, I don't think you need very many clothes. You could literally just have an outfit for every single day of the week. I like to have enough pajamas for every night of the week because I do usually do laundry like once a week. So 1 pair of pajamas for every night, 1 pair of clothes for every day. He doesn't go to the number 2 very often, so we don't really have blowouts or anything. So he doesn't ever change outfits. So I guess that would be different for a baby that goes through multiple outfits a day. As of right now, he only wears 1 outfit all day. So yeah, don't think you need too many clothes. Okay, so I was sitting here like editing that video, trying to put it together so I could post it, and I realized that I never made like an ending to it. I just like ended because Zealand woke up. Anyway, so I just wanted to end by saying that you don't need a ton of stuff, and the things that I do have, as you probably noticed, like all my big ticket items were all Graco, which was not like my plan necessarily, but after all the research I did, those are the things I ended up with, and I wanted those to be like gender neutral, so I can use those things forever. And I feel like Graco is one of those brands that you really can use forever. So like that pack and play that he's sleeping in, like that should be able to last me for a long time. Hopefully all my kids, however many kids I have. It's probably easier that I had a boy first to do gender neutral. If I had a girl first, probably would have bought a lot more pink things, but with him, it's a lot of just like gender neutral colors, and I think that'll really help me not have to rebuy a bunch of things in the future. So I just wanted to remind you, you don't need a ton of stuff. The things that I posted, I 100% am behind. If you have any questions about like specific names for things, I tried to talk about them. Most everything I have is from Amazon. My stroller I got from Target. It's probably on Amazon as well, but I got it from Target because this is one thing I should add, is that if you make a registry with Target and Amazon, probably more places, but those are the main ones, you get like their free welcome basket, which is where I got those free bottles, and you get like other little like freebies, like sample sizes of gripe water and things like that. Anyways, you can get those free kits from the registries, and then after a certain point in your pregnancy, I think it has to be a certain amount of time before your due date, that you get like a coupon on Amazon, Target. I think they're both 15%, and my Amazon one is still working right now. I think you can change your due date too. I might have done that once to help me. So if I like, as time has gone on, it's like, oh great, I need this, so I'll add it to my registry, and then I'll check out, like I'll add it to my cart from my registry and check out, and it'll take that discount. So that's what I did with my stroller. Was Target was having a sale, Graco was having a sale at the same time. So I got both of those discounts, and then I also got my registry discount. So it's a $400 stroller, which is a really good deal. Like, even if there were no discounts, like for the stroller that it is, $400 is like the cheapest I could find for me being brand new. But I got it for like at least half the price, maybe more, because I had all these other things. So watch for sales, use the discounts, and use Marketplace, because if I wouldn't have gotten this stroller, I was looking at a few other ones on Marketplace, and I did actually end up getting a jogging stroller on Marketplace for like $25, and it's a really nice jogging stroller. So I am all about thrifting, using that, and you can find some good stuff. You don't need to settle, be like, oh, like I don't have the money. Like, you can still get pretty decent stuff for a good price. So let me know if you have any questions, and I am more than happy to talk about it. I love talking about this stuff, and yeah, good luck.